Okay guys, I just thought I could do like an answer video because I was reading some of you guys' comments, and I mean there's a couple comments per video, and saw that they were talking about the Oscars and the hole in the head and everything, so I just thought I would talk about that and just tell you what I thought, and thanks for commenting. I do appreciate that. It does help. And yeah, so I'll just be back in just a second. Okay guys, so I'm back. As you can see right here, I have the comments. I do not know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to show it. Yes, it is massively overstocked. I do realize that. I mean, there's like probably close to 20, 25 fish in there, which is ridiculous. But they are small fish, and it's really overfiltered. And I know that's really not an excuse, but I can't have them in the 55 because the 55 just does not have enough filtration. And it's just, I have to have a lot of plants in there for the little convict cichlids, the little fry. And I mean, it's just hard to put them in here. So if I just put them in there, they're gonna have more space, and either way they're gonna be overcrowded. So I just put most of them in the 75 because the convict cichlids beat the crap out of them in the 55, and then in the 75 this has an extra little bit more space and it's more filtration, better filtration. In the 75 too, it has a sump, it has the canister filter, it has the 2 power filters, when this just has the power filter. So that's why there's a lot of fish in the 75 versus in here. Just because the convicts beat the crap out of any fish in here, and because it does not have that good a filtration on this tank, which I'm going to fix coming up this spring. I'm going to put a sump on this tank and take off the majority of the power filters. Probably leave the Penguin bio wheel on, but take off these ones over here. I'm going to put a sump on this one. It's actually going to be the sump that's on the 75. I'm just going to modify that a little bit to fit on the 55. And I'm going to do a 40-gallon breeder sump, and it's going to have a 1,000-gallon per hour water pump on the 75 then. That's just why it's overstocked. So, yeah. And Jay Wisher 1302 right here. He was just telling me about hole in the head and how it can be attributed to a poor diet and overcrowding and everything. And I don't not use that much chemical media. I have these 2 bags of activated carbon that just dangle in there, and I have 2 bags of activated carbon in there that are old. They're like they've been in there since I got the canister filter pretty much, but they're not dirty. I always rinse them out. But I mean, they're probably not doing much of anything, just like having water run through them basically. But I don't run much chemical filtration. I mean, that's a lot probably for 75, but I mean, I don't know. He was also saying that, talking about, yeah, you can see my reflection. Talking about how the albino Oscar doesn't have it is not a good way to say it. The albino Oscar doesn't have it, and he does, and I don't know why. It's because the water parameters must be fine because he doesn't have it. And he's right. I was just saying that's not because of that. It's because I've never had a problem with the albino Oscar, but the 2 black tiger Oscar cichlids, they've pretty much had it since I've gotten them. So, and he was talking about how like they kind of contribute to digestive stuff. And I mean, look at its size. It's just pathetic. I hate it. It's disgusting. And if I could fix it, I would. And I've tried a lot. And it's actually healed up quite a bit. And then it gets worse again. Then it heals up quite a bit. And then it gets terrible again. And right now, especially on his face, it's just, I feel sorry for him. But I mean, there's not much I can do about it because I've used just about everything I can use. But I did see that there was a comment of using that C-Chem stuff. I'm going to try that probably in the sump eventually. Whenever I go back out to the pet store, I might get some of that to remove the nitrates. And that's supposed to work. And the phosphorus. Then also, I guess the goldfish is a cold water fish. I do realize that. I just like them that much, and I've had them forever. And the tanks are kind of set to geared towards both fish species. It's not like it's super hot tropical water, and it's not unheated cold water tank. It's about 70. It runs about 76 degrees. So it's kind of geared toward both of them. And I know they require different water parameters. I do realize that. I can't do much about that. I don't really have much to say about that. I do realize that. I just keep the tanks clear. Yeah, clear. I keep them clean. I keep them well filtered. Sorry about that. I keep them clear. I keep them well filtered and everything. And I mean, as a water parameter wise, I mean, I know some fish, like especially African cichlids, like the higher pH level, and like some of the fish in here specifically really do not like the higher pH level. I mean, I don't necessarily have high pH, I don't necessarily have low pH, I don't know what my pH is, but, I mean, yeah, so, that's that. I'm sorry, I don't really know the specific fishes, all their specific parameters, and I don't really, yeah. I know like the Oscars, they can produce a lot of nitrates, and like some fish are sensitive to nitrates. And for the most part, this tank really does not have nitrates that bad. So it's pretty low in nitrates, so that's good. Yeah, that's really all I have to say for that. But yeah, thanks for your comment, JWisher1302. I do appreciate that. Thanks for commenting. I read that whole paragraph, or however long it is, however long you want to call that. Yeah, thanks for commenting. And then in Famous Aquatic says that Oscar looks really amazing. I said thanks. I love him. He's a cool Oscar. I'm assuming he's talking about the albino because the black tiger Oscar's a little messed up. So yeah, but thanks for commenting. In my last fish video, my fish room update. The fish room, was Mr. Sad AM96 said, how can you sleep with that filter noise? The filters are really quiet, other than the sump pump down here, and it's a quiet flow, so it's dead silent. It's just the water level is low, so when this pump, obviously this water level is not that deep, that's why I'm getting a 40-gallon breeder for the sump. Once this water level gets a little bit below the top of the pump's head height or whatever, I mean, it sucks in from the very bottom, so that doesn't matter. It's just right up here, you can kind of hear the vibrating, the noise then. So that's what that was. And also the air pump back here, a little tiny air pump occasionally hits the canister filter, makes a little buzzing noise. So the filters themselves are really silent. It's just when the water level gets a little low on the sump, or the air pump hits the canister filter, that's when it makes that noise. So yeah, but I always fill the tank up before I go to bed. I usually have to put 2 of these in there a day. It's a 2-quart thing. I usually have to fill it up for about a gallon of water a day evaporates out of it, which is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, when I had the Pacu in there, between the evaporation and him splashing, I would have to fill out the tank with about 3 gallons of water a day, which is it's just wow. I mean, it's a lot more better. This tank's a lot more better without the Pacu in it. So I'm glad I got rid of him. But yeah, guys, thanks for all your comments. I did read them. I do appreciate them, and I did take them some into consideration. Thanks for suggesting the Seachem. I heard about that. I saw that. I read about that before. Never really considered it that much till just now. But yeah, thanks for saying that. And yeah, and I mean, this tank I do realize is overstocked. I say that in just about every video I take of this tank, because it is overstocked. But majority of the fish are small. It's just the 2 big Oscars and the Plecostomus and the goldfish. The other fish are about 5 inches or less. I think the African cichlid is like 6 inches. Same for the bluegill. I don't know, it might be a little bit bigger, but all the other fish should be about 6 inches or less. The majority of them about 5 inches or less. So yeah, I'm gonna clean out this tank. If not, maybe tonight. I don't know. It's 7 o'clock. I might clean it out tonight, but it just looks disgusting. I've been meaning to clean it out for the past 3 or 4 days. I just haven't got around to it because I've been so sick. It's ridiculous. Like, I literally cannot pick up a half-full 5-gallon bucket to match the evaporation on that tank. Before, my arms are just like feel so weak, which is like pathetic. But I also saw a comment that, what do I feed the little convict cichlid babies? I feed them like I feed the adults, basically. Whatever falls to the bottom of the tank is what they pick up. I especially feed them algae wafers. The Marine Land algae wafers, they're like high in protein, they're like 21% protein or something. It's just what they eat. I mean, they don't really mess with the flake food that much, the little ground up flakes, but they like the sunken pellets and they like the sunken algae wafers, so they'll go on that and just pick at those. And you can like feed them gel foods and stuff, and they'll pick at the bloodworms too when I feed the convicts, but I mean, for the most part, it's not really special I feed them. It's just a regular fish food that I just have because I wasn't expecting them to have the little babies. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I know this is a longer video. It's probably like around 10 minutes or something. It's in multiple different sections I've taken the video. We have to stop, start again, stop, start again, with just the setup I have on my iPod. It's not like a special camera or anything. But look at that fire mouse cichlid. He is an absolute beast. He is beautiful. I love him. My African cichlid, my African spotted leaffish, I should say. I've always debated about getting rid of him or keeping him. He's a cool fish. I mean, he doesn't do anything wrong. That's the only reason I've kept him. But I mean, for color-wise and coolness, I mean, he is cool, but I mean, he doesn't do much, and he's not that pretty, so I've always debated getting rid of him or not. But I've always kept him just because he's a cool fish, and I mean, he doesn't cause a problem. But one of the fish in here, I've not caught it yet, has been lip-locking. As you can see, it lip-locked with that guy and lip-locked with the goldfish. And I don't know which one it is, and I'm not sure, I don't know. But yeah, then the Oscars, they've been digging a little trench over there, both of them, especially this guy. He'll go down there, dig, spit up the gravel over here, go back, dig. Then this guy started doing it, and I also saw another comment that this albino tiger Oscar cichlid did not get along with his black tiger Oscar cichlid. I don't know who it is offhand right now, but I read that comment. It could be two males, could be two females, could just be a male and a female who don't get along. I mean, my Oscars got along for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, this guy hates the one in the 55. That's why he's in the 55. Otherwise, there'd be flip-flop, like small fish in here and the big guy in there. But I can't really do that because I can't have all the small fish in there. Then with the big Oscar, there's just not enough filtration in that tank. That's why all the small fish are in here, and then there's the big fish also. But yeah. I have a bumblebee catfish in here. I have my voice get all high. I have a bumblebee catfish in here somewhere, but I haven't seen him in forever. I hope he didn't get sucked up by the sump, but I don't really know if he did or didn't. I haven't seen him in forever, though. And up there's my Pictus cat. No, there's my Raphael. I don't know where my bumblebee's been, though. I haven't seen him in forever. I have my albino rainbow shark up there, red-tail shark, pumpkin seeds, sunfish, an albino Oscar that just bit my goldfish. Oh god, I hope they're not showing aggression towards him. My two favoriteest fish. Well, I can't really say favoriteest. The fish I like the most is my goldfish, my albino Oscar, my catfishes. I love all my catfishes. I love all my bluegills, my parrot cichlid, my plecostomuses. It's actually easier for me to say which fish I don't like. Like my red-tailed shark, African spotted leaffish. It's not that I don't like them, it's just I prefer my other fish over them. This goldfish right here, he's okay. The only reason I keep him because he's my grandpa's. There's one plecostomus, not this one or that one. These are a pretty one. There's an uglier one in here, and back there. He just has like a weird shovel face, like shovel shaped, like those pointed shovels. If you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I'm just rambling on now. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate the comments. If you have any other questions about the fish tanks, or you have any questions to ask me about your fish tanks that I might be able to answer. I mean, I don't know that much about these tanks, or how to keep fish necessarily. I do know a lot about them, but I don't know everything. There's no, like, I know, like, Conway Stevens, he knows a ton. I always heard that, and, like, Mr. Man 316 or something, and then the Cichlid Man 09, they're all good people too. You can go ask them. They're a lot more experienced in the hobby. So, yeah, go check out them, go see what they're about. And yeah, thanks for all the comments, guys. I do appreciate, like, so many people know a lot about the hole in the head, like Jay Wisher or Washer or something. I'm sorry, and I needed some numbers after your name, but yeah, thanks for commenting, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Adios.